As you know, we are still crisscrossing the length and breadth of the country. Let's now take you to the Eastern Cape in Mthatha Stadium, where reporter Fundiswa Mhlekude is standing by to give us an update. So, Fundiswa, Mthatha, of course, marred by those protests as well as violent activities, disrupting as well as delaying voting even on the first day of special votes. How has voting turned out to this particular point?
Well, voting turned out very smoothly from yesterday until the last hour of voting. There were no disturbances because there were police going around and security companies also making sure that everything is going smoothly, and we saw a number of people coming in showing enthusiasm to cast their ballots and to make sure that they exercise their right to vote. There were no disturbances. The whole thing happened, except that there were some minor issues that included network problems here at the Mthatha City Hall, with some people, some voters not finding their names on the voters' roll, including the leader of the United Democratic Movement, General Bantu Olomisa, who left the City Hall without having cast his ballot because his name could not be found in the voters' roll. He then ended up going to the Nelson Mandela, or rather the Mthatha General Hospital, where he was able to cast his vote. And we also went to the Mthatha Correctional Center, where we saw prisoners also exercising their votes with the Deputy Minister, Mr. Patekile Olomisa, ensuring that everything goes well in that voting station at the Mthatha Correctional Center. But we have here with us the regional supervisor in the OR Tambo region at the Mthatha Stadium, also the results counting center, Mr. Mbulelo Funiselo, who will be telling us more about the counting. How has it been going on? Mr. Funiselo, you are saying that you started counting maybe just around 9 last night.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mhlekude. The counting started immediately after voting stations closed at 9 as the official time for closing of voting stations. Immediately after 9 o'clock, counting started in a number of voting stations, except those that had long queues that they had to finalize before the counting process can commence.
Were there any voting stations that experienced maybe problems before they could bring the votes here?
None that was reported. Everything was running smooth in the OR Tambo region, generally, to be specific, as well to KSD local municipality. Everything that just went well. No incidences were reported.
And in terms of votes coming in now, maybe how can you anticipate, or maybe anticipate the percentage?
I can say, looking at the number of presiding officers that have arrived in the capturing site already, about 40% of them are already in. Obviously, those with high registered numbers, we can expect them in the early hours in the morning due to the process that that will unfold after in relation to counting process.
And how is the counting process continuing?
Sitting here, we are aware that currently there are stations that are still counting. All those voting stations are expected to roll back their results to be captured here in this capturing site. If you see around, there are a number of presiding officers that are arriving since counting happens in various voting stations. Here is only the capturing of those results.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mbulelo Funiselo, the regional supervisor of the OR Tambo region. And we can see behind me there are police officers who have come here with presiding officers who are bringing in results from various polling stations around the King Sabata Dalindyebo municipality, which includes Mthatha and Mqanduli. We will keep monitoring the situation, how the counting goes. For now, it's back to you in studio.
Fundiswa Mhlekude, the SABC News reporter, live to us from Mthatha. And of course, great news for a change for that particular region there. As we know, from Monday, when people were casting those special votes, we heard reports of, as well as incidents of protests in the area that actually put on quite a strain to the electoral process there. We understand that some areas, the IEC officials couldn't even get access to those areas. At this stage, 37 of 23,293 voting districts completed. We're just sitting at about 0.16% of those that have been completed.